All right. Coming to the stage next is an absolutely lovely fellow. You are going to love him as well. Please welcome Chris Shane, everybody. Chris Shane.
Hi, everybody. Uh, I can't see anything, but I am Chris Shane. Thank you all for coming out. I was thinking about it, I'm really happy. I have a bunch of my friends coming out here because now if I fail miserably, I'll have somebody remind me of it every time I see them. Um, yeah. um, I recently got married, and thanks. Thank you. And I'm one of the first of my friends group to kind of get married. So I have a lot of my friends kind of asking me, like, hey man, like, how's married life? You know? And I think it's kind of like you're building a nest, Like if you've seen Planet Earth, there's that show Planet Earth about nature, and there's this narrator, this British narrator, David Attenborough, and well, I'll just do it. He's like, the male bald eagle leaves the nest to gather more twigs. The female returns to the nest to rearrange the twigs which the male has gathered. That's kind of like how married life feels like, cuz it'll be I'm like in the kitchen, and it's like, the husband puts the dishes in the dishwasher willy-nilly and goes to watch the rest of the Dodgers game. The wife returns to rearrange the plates, for he has not made efficient use of the racks. But I just like fuck the dishwasher sometimes, like rearranging everything. Sometimes I'm just like, I'll just hand wash it. So I'll be there sitting there at the sink, washing a plate, and I'll look over my shoulder and I'll see my lovely wife, and she'll be sitting there just watching me, just like studying. And I can feel her presence. So I'm like, of course I'm gonna use soap, you know. But sometimes I don't use soap because sometimes I just want to rinse and relax. But yeah, marriage is it's a lot of work. Um, I work as a property manager for apartments, so I have to fix a lot of fun stuff, like a pool pump broke, or there's a leak in the ceiling, or like an air conditioner needs to be fixed, or like an oven needs to be put in. I mean, it's really glamorous work. And if I have a vendor come and he's giving me a quote for something, if he tells me he's been married for 20 years, like, that's it, I'm good. No, I don't need to see other reviews. Like, I got it, man. Like, let me guess, you are extremely reliable. You know how to compromise, and like you're willing to apologize. And yeah, so usually hire those kind of guys on the spot. Um, yeah, so yeah, being married, it's great, and I feel like I'm more of an adult now, and you know, yeah, my mom, I guess, will go there. You mean you guys know what it's like when you move to a different state and your parents been to like rehab like 3 or 4 times and you kind of like lose touch. Yeah, you guys know. But yeah, she's sober now. She's doing a lot better, and the holidays were coming up, and I'd been working on this house, and my wife and I had just moved in, and I was feeling really proud, and I invited her down to share Thanksgiving with us. So we have a big Thanksgiving party, and I invited all these people, like friends, neighbors, doctors, whoever I can get, kind of as like a buffer, because it's been a little bit of time. So, yeah, I'm out there in the afternoon, day of, like smoking a turkey, which is like what I like to do. I really like to smoke meats. I got this new smoker. It's like really, really fucking fun. And anyhow, don't get me started on smoking stuff. Yeah, so I'm like out there sipping Budweiser. People are coming. I look in through the window. I see my mom's in there talking to my mother-in-law. My wife's like going around like talking to people. I'm like, oh, this is perfect, you know? Just like drink my Budweiser, just smoke this turkey, and then a couple hours pass, and one of my friends comes, and she gives me this like field report from inside, and she's like, Chris, I saw your mom coming out of the bathroom, like tossing a handful of pills down the back of her throat. I don't know. I'm like, oh, well, that's weird. Hopefully they're like aspirin, I don't know. But no, my wife comes and she's like, Chris, your mom is in there at the table and she's like threatening Chris Fong. And I'm like, oh my God, like, not Chris Fong, like, he's never met my mom before. So, she's like, yeah, I think you need to go in there. So I'm like, all right, great. That's exactly what I want to do right now. So I go in there and, you know, I find her coming out of the back bathroom with like an empty bottle of wine in her hand, you know? And she comes out and says, oh! I'm like, hi, Mom! Because I love this. I love catching my mom just getting shit-faced in front of everybody I know. And she comes out, she's like, hey! And she takes like 2 seconds to just hide the bottle behind her back. Like drunk time for like sleight of hand. Yeah, okay. And she just backs back into the bathroom and tells me, I've got diarrhea! And goes back. And I'm like, oh my God, you know, I've got like a huge problem now. Because my mom has diarrhea. So anyways, what can you do? You know, you can't confront a drunk person about being drunk. Have you ever tried doing that? It's like not, like, hey, you're drunk. I'm not drunk! So we have this great dinner with like everybody there. And well, my mom starts at first, you know, bragging about this new book that she's written. She's like, when my book gets published, it's gonna change the world. I'm like, okay, I can endure this. I just keep drinking, you know. And she's like crying, like, if only Chris's dad was here. I'm like, oh my God, okay. And at some point, she like nods off, you know. And then after dessert, she decides to get on all fours and chase our cats around and grabs my wife's favorite cat by the tail, which prompts my sister to quickly come over and take the cats away. So my wife is just glaring at my mom now, and I feel like shit. I feel really bad because, I mean, obviously inviting a bunch of people over as a buffer just is not working at all. So, anyways, yeah, the night continues on, put on a movie. I go outside for a cigarette at some point, and I'm talking to this fellow, and I'm looking at him, and he's looking over my shoulder, and I'm like, what is he looking at? And then I see my mom, and she's sort of stuck in this patio chair that kind of like spins around, and she's just like, in it, just like spinning and spinning. I'm just like, oh man, all right. And I've never really met this guy before, so I just kind of like realign myself to kind of just get in his line of sight. And yeah, you know, we take a cigarette and go in, and I'm just like, just let her spin. And the next morning, she left for the airport early. I don't know why. And I get this, you know, present that she's left for me. And it's this book that she was talking about all during dinner. And I open it, and it's like all about her sobriety. And it's just like really stoked to read it, you know, because she's sober now. Is that 2 minutes I got? Okay, I got 2 minutes to tell the stories. 1 minute. Okay, I'll try to rush it. We recently adopted a 120-pound pit bull. He's more of like a cow than a dog. And, my wife, she loves to walk him around, and she weighs about the same as him, so that fun little circus act. And you know, he eats like a slice of turkey like an ATM machine takes a check deposit, you know, just like, and then it's gone. But anyways, so she's walking down Sunset Boulevard, passing this fancy sidewalk cafe, you know, where the tables are lined up on the sidewalk. They're eating on like tablecloths, there's a maitre d' stand, and she's like walking him, and then he just stops and lifts his leg and starts to pee on this maitre d' stand. And she tries to tug him a little bit, but it doesn't work. And he is not marking his territory. He's like going to finish his tank. And like, so, you know, there's people dining there. They're like lifting their legs because Pea River is now like running under it. And the maitre d' throws fresh tablecloths on it. And like people are just like, oh, she can't control her dog. Look at this girl. And she's like, well, I mean, she says she's 5'2", but we know she's 5'1". And so she's just wrestling this dog. And eventually, you know, once she has permission, once he's finished, they leave. And she comes back to tell me about it. And all I could think was like, wow, he must have hated working there in a past life. I think that's it. Thank you, everybody.